We mentioned earlier Sergeant Cory Wride. He's just another law enforcement officer killed in the line of duty in Utah County back in 2014. We want to check back in with his widow, Nannette. Thank you again for joining us. I know this isn't easy to talk about. We just want to give viewers who are just tuning in more of a perspective of some of the feelings that his poor family is going to be dealing with today. I know this happened to you 10 years ago, but what types of things, walk us through what you were feeling that day.
The feelings of that day are very mixed. A lot of shock, a lot of panic, a lot of what am I going to do now, and also a lot of denial because you're wondering if it's really happened, you know, because of the shock. Numbness, like I've said before, it's like being on a really fast merry-go-round that you can't get off of, and you just feel confusion and lost, very, very lost. It's really hard, extremely hard.
Was there anything that surprised you as you reflect back on your own moments that are similar to what's happening here with this officer and his family today? So much of that, I'm sure, was overwhelming, but what was it that surprised you, that stood out, that you didn't expect on a day like today?
You know, the things that surprised me, there's a couple. The support, not only from the community, you know, little kids, moms, dads, but from every single department. And as the days go on and the funeral comes up, you're going to have not only a nationwide response from, you know, departments nationwide, but worldwide. You're going to have people come from other countries. They're going to attend this funeral as well. The thin blue line is real, and it wraps around the whole entire world. And the family, the widow, is going to feel very, very insulated, very loved. I remember walking out into the McKay Event Center and seeing that place just filled with police officers, and their uniforms, you know, it was just different colors in different places, and it was completely overwhelming. I also didn't realize, and maybe the public doesn't know, that police officers are going to stay with this officer's body day and night until he's laid to his final rest. So there's different departments that are going to stand up. They're going to take shifts, and they're going to spend all night long, all day long, standing up. They don't even sit down. And they're going to guard this friend, this coworker, this officer, as they honor him. So those are a couple of just the shocking things that I didn't realize happened, that is just so honorable.
Yeah, I didn't know that happened either, actually. That's very incredible, and just giving those poor coworkers one last chance to pay their final respects to him. Is there anything that you wish you would have known being in this situation before, and now being 10 years later, anything you would have wished someone would tell you that you can maybe tell this poor family?
Absolutely. You know, we all at some point or another, we go through grief. We lose someone. I remember the day that I lost Cory, my whole world shattered in a million billion pieces. The amazing thing is over the last 10 years, I have learned how to create another relationship with him on the other side. And I know that sounds hooey-wooey, but it's real. And she should know, the widow should know, that he's not going to be far away from their family. It's real. And he's going to interact. He's going to send signs. She's going to feel him near. And it's not just up until the point that he's, you know, the funeral's over. He's going to be around her forever. I mean, he loves his family. And I've learned that over the last 10 years, and it still goes on. I wish somebody had told me that back then, because it would have brought a whole lot of comfort. That I would know that he isn't really, really gone. His energy goes on. It just changes form. It doesn't disappear. And that's what a spirit is. So she's going to have him around. All of us are. If we've lost someone, they're going to still be around. So honestly, that's the truth.
You feel that presence in a number of different ways. You know, as you have, there's a certain similarity you have with his family. So you have children. Obviously, his family, they have children. He leaves behind a wife and 2 daughters. What did you think was one of the most important things that you needed your children to have in these types of moments that she will also need for her children going forward?
I think that her children need to be seen and recognized as experiencing this loss as well, not pushed in the background. And I think it's just so important. And working with lots of fallen officers' families, it's so important for the family to come together to grieve and not grieve separately. My family kind of grieved separately, and it was a little bit detrimental until we came back together years later and started to talk about things so that our healing took place quicker. I've talked to other fallen officers' families where they stayed together and they grieved together and they spoke about their loved one together, and it was okay to do that. My family did it a little differently. They needed to protect each other, and that's not a way to do it. It's not a healthy way to do it. So they really need to come together as a nucleus and kind of, especially the granddaughter, they have a granddaughter, talk a lot about her grandpa. Let her know that he's still alive, that his spirit goes on, and she's little, so she's probably gonna feel him all the time. So I think that that's just so important for the family to keep his memory alive, and it's okay to feel whatever you're gonna feel if you're angry or you're upset or you're missing him or you're sad, whatever it is. Allow yourself to grieve however you're gonna grieve. There's no wrong way. And don't let people dictate to you how you're supposed to do it, especially the widow. Don't let anyone dictate to you when you're gonna date again or if you're gonna date again. It's okay to move forward, and your loved one will want that.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot there to be able to think about, you know, and obviously the family needs, that she needs, and we appreciate so much you offering your perspective here to be able to give us a better understanding of no one knows this better than you in these type of moments. So we appreciate you taking the time with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Nannette.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
It's just, it is so sad that she had to go through that, but it's so helpful, I'm sure, for this officer's family to know, look at her, she made it through. She has such a good perspective, saying, you know, they may be gone physically, but they're always around. There's little signs they'll give you. So I'm hoping that the family can find some type of comfort in what she had to tell them, because she's made it through, and obviously no day's easy, but time heals all. And I'm just hoping for this poor officer's family that they're able to come together like she said.